The first rule of cross-examination is do no harm. And I'm afraid neither of the two defense attorneys understands that rule very well. Hi, Tony DeWitt here. I'm a Missouri appellate attorney, retired, and I bring you a fresh perspective on the law without offering any legal advice. So pull up a chair. This is what we're discussing today. Well, as you can see, I'm not in my usual studio tonight. I had to run down to Florida and mow the lawn, and here in a little bit, I'm going to be hitting the hay. But I wanted to get this video done because I have to go see the eye doctor tomorrow, and who knows if I'll be able to see anything when I'm done. So for that reason, pardon the background. No waves on this one today, uh, but they're still out there, trust me. One of the things that frequently happens when you don't have a lot to talk about, when your defense depends on um, external factors and essentially making a case about culture. And I know that, I know you see him strangling his daughter, but that's not really what you're seeing. He's just really disciplining her in a really loving way. Um, who are you going to believe, me or your lion eyes? That's kind of in my view, that's kind of the defense that's being asserted here. And everybody is entitled to a constitutional defense of their case and making the state prove every element of the crimes charged. That's the way our system works. Uh, I've criticized these lawyers for manufacturing a false narrative, but honest to goodness, I sometimes think that's a little bit better than just doing mindless cross examination. So after the assistant principal, Celeste Waltermeyer, spent um, most of Wednesday or most of Tuesday on the stand in the afternoon, and then came back in on Wednesday to talk more about what went on and to review some of the video and photographs with the prosecutor. The defense attorneys had their opportunity to cross-examine, and it was not their finest hour. Let's take a listen to the first cross-examination session.
Hey, good morning, Ms. Waltmar.
Good morning.
I just have a couple of questions clarifying. The videos that we saw have the time on the bottom. That's the elapsed time, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And I did not see any actual time on the video. Am I correct on that?
You are correct.
Okay. So the times that we're dealing with are just, we have to kind of fit them into the puzzle to figure out when they happen. Is that right? Okay. Thank you. Couple of questions for you regarding some of the exhibits. I'm going to, Your Honor, if I may publish Exhibit 106, page 3.
Yes.
I hope this is going to work because it's stapled. All right, and Ms. Waltermeyer, this was a picture of what you described as Mr. Ollie's truck, and that was parked about right there, top center. Oops, right there, top center, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and this was at, according to the timestamp that I'm reading, 9 minutes 29 seconds. It's kind of hard to read on there, but that's the time that's down in the question, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And Your Honor, if I may publish page 4.
Yes, and you have permission to publish whatever from that particular exhibit.
Thank you, Your Honor. And then Ms. Waltermeyer, this page 4 is where the truck starts moving. This is at 11:20, approximately, correct?
Correct.
And then the following still on that, the truck has moved.
Hit the page number.
I'm sorry, page 5. Page 5, the truck has moved over to the far left top of the screen there. Is that right?
That is correct.
And that appears to be pulling into a parking spot.
That is correct.
Okay. And now, if I may show you previously admitted Exhibit 29. Your Honor, may I publish 29?
May.
This is a picture from October 18th. It's previously been admitted. This over here is near the Intercity Transit bus stop on the top center right. Is that correct? Does that look familiar to you?
That is familiar. That looks correct.
All right. And the truck that we previously saw in the other exhibit, does that look like the same parking spot that it pulled into from Exhibit 106?
That looks the same.
Okay. And I'm taking that one off, and Your Honor, I may have published previously admitted Exhibit 89.
Yes.
And this is just a different angle. We can see this is on the 18th, 221. The truck here in the left side of the screen, is that the truck? Same truck? Does it look the same to you?
It looks the same, yes.
In the same parking spot, essentially, right? Hasn't
Yeah,
moved.
yes.
And then this right here, that's the reader board on the right side in the middle, the reader board for Timberline High School, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
This angle, it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, I know. But that's right there. We can kind of see it. And then, so this tree, which is it's a beautiful tree right in the middle, that's near the bus stop. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, as bad as that was, it was at least blissfully short. He didn't make a lot of points. He didn't tie it back to any specific thing that he's trying to prove. He just basically talked a little bit about some of the videos. So now the person who is defending Mrs. Ali gets in there and goes through much of what the prosecutor did and what he asks them to ask the lady to do again.
Mr. Leary, cross-examination.
Good morning, Ms. Waltmeyer.
Good morning.
So I thank every witness for being here, and that's what Ms. Stone was referring to at the start when she said that she was going to beat me to the punch. So I am grateful that you are here, and grateful that you came back for a second day. How was your summer?
It's been short.
So as administration, do you get the full block, or do you get the privilege of working over the summer as well?
We have to take time off during the summer, but I like to use that for a couple weeks in July.
Fair enough.
Now,
All
I
right.
have to give Mr. Leary credit here. This is a really good tactic to use in terms of both softening up a witness as well as just appearing human to the jury. You can ask about things that sometimes people are curious about. Does the administrator get that 9-month period where they only have to work 9 months and then they get 3 months off for the summer? Or do they have to work through the summer? Maybe people want to know that. So he asks the question, and he asks it in a nice, friendly way. And again, it's not particularly relevant. The prosecution could have stood up and objected, but they wisely did not, because what does it hurt? But this is the one nice thing I think that he does at the beginning, set a what I would call a friendly tone for this cross-examination.
So I want to start with, if I may publish Exhibit 89 that was just up.
You may.
So this is the picture that you just showed with the very large tree in the middle. And you confirmed that it appears to be Mr. Ali's truck on the left-hand side of the screen. Is that correct?
Yes.
And do you recognize the person walking toward the camera next to the truck?
That appears to be Mrs. Ali.
Okay. Now, if I may publish Exhibit 114. which is
You
the
may.
video. Thank you. Okay, so just to orient the jury, so we are looking toward Mullen Road, is that correct in this?
Yes.
And is this camera like on a light post from the looks of it?
Yes.
All right. And we see somewhat of the aftermath of chaos at the end of school day, correct? Lots of cars appear to be picking up students and either students driving or parents driving,
Yes, that
And
would be
that-
correct.
and it's pretty typical afternoon.
Don't you
Yes.
wonder where he's going with this? What impact this has on any of the state's proof? Why does the jury need to be oriented on something that they've seen probably 15 times by this point, pointing out trees and cars and bus stops? At some point, you need to stop playing this game and actually defend the case. And while this is certainly eating up the clock and taking a long time, generally speaking, the purpose of the defense is not to wait until the jury dies of old age, and that seems to be what's going on. This cross examination does not appear to be making any headway or any kind of point either.
And school gets out around 2 o'clock, correct?
Yes.
And there's no, as Mr. Kading asked you, so there's nothing on this timestamp that tells us when this recording is, correct?
No, not on the video that you have.
But we can kind of have a common understanding, correct? This is, and you looked for specific times, correct? On videos. Like when you went to pull the video, you were looking, or you tell me, how, when you pull video, when you pull up a video, do you know what time it is being recorded on your computer?
Yes.
And how do you know that?
So I can search by date and time,
Okay.
and then narrow down to the camera that I would like to access.
Okay. So you know that there was a report of an incident at the bus stop after school had gotten out on October 18th, 2024, correct?
Yes.
And so your part of your search parameters would have been presumably 1:45 to sometime after that. Fair?
Fair.
Okay. And that's what we're looking at here, correct?
Yes.
So even though it doesn't say the date and time on this, you are confident that what we are looking at is from October 18th, 2024 after school, correct?
Yes.
And I don't mean to be a trick question. I'm just making sure that we're all on the same page, okay?
Don't
Now-
you wonder where he's going with this? What impact this has on any of the state's proof? Why does the jury need to be oriented on something that they've seen probably 15 times by this point, pointing out trees and cars and bus stops? At some point, you need to stop playing this game and actually defend the case. And while this is certainly eating up the clock and taking a long time, generally speaking, the purpose of the defense is not to wait until the jury dies of old age. And that seems to be what's going on. This cross examination does not appear to be making any headway or any kind of point either.
We are at 0000 on this, correct? So this is the very start of the exhibit, right?
Correct.
And if we look at the very top, we can see the very bottom and front of a bus. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that is an inner city school bus that has a stop in front of the school, correct?
Correct.
All right. And in this picture, we do not see the Honda Element that you previously identified Mrs. Ali and her daughter Haneen, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to hit play. And I'm stopping it at 10 seconds. And at the top, you could see the bus travel on Mullen Road, correct?
That's correct.
And it's kind of hard to see, but it appears to stop at the bus stop that's somewhat shielded by the trees. Is that fair?
Yes, that's fair.
Okay. I also want to talk about the video system. So the school has an exceptionally large number of cameras, correct?
Yes.
And how long is the recording saved?
For 30 days.
Okay. And are they running 24 hours a day?
They're running by motion 24 hours a day.
Okay. So if I took a video with my cell phone, it would be smooth motion, right? And probably a higher quality video, correct?
Correct.
This is a very clear video, correct?
Yes.
But it kind of is jolty, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And if my limited knowledge of video, I'm assuming that in order to save space, it's not as taking as high resolution or as it's just taking fewer shots in order to save large volume. Is that fair?
I don't know
Well,
the answer
so
to that.
If we're watching this, and let me just, so it's at 12, and if we just watch the move, I'm hoping that red van is moving. So at 10 seconds, and I'm stopping at 15. So we just watched 5 seconds of that van moving, and it's kind of jolty, correct?
Yes.
The video shows the van being jolted, correct?
Yes, it does.
But I think we can assume that the van is actually moving continuously, but the video is just kind of not as clear. Is that, do you understand what I'm trying to get at?
Yes, it's jolty when it's at real time.
Okay. And so, just so I think we're all on the same page, that van presumably moved continuously through the parking lot, but the video shows it kind of stopgap moving. Fair?
Fair.
Okay. So starting again at 15 seconds, this is exhibit 114. And we now see the arrival of the Honda Element, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, I wasn't paying close attention, so I'm going to rewind. I stopped it at 17 seconds. And I'm going to go back and just so have you pay attention to where the element came from. So I'm back at 0, and I'm just going to hit play again.
Mm-hmm.
So we see the bus, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And at about 10 seconds, 8 to 10 seconds, we see the element come in from Mullen Road, correct?
That is correct.
And it took a left into the parking lot, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And now we're at the end of this cross-examination, and we still don't have any idea what's really going on. Now, he did go on further in this cross-examination, but I don't think he ever actually got to a point. If you can't reach a point, if you're not leading to a point with your cross-examination, all you're doing is eating up time on the clock. And that's not fair to your client. It's not fair to the witness. It's not fair to the jury. And I don't understand what this fellow was doing talking about these videos in the way that he was. But I can tell you this much, if I was sitting on the jury, I'd be annoyed that he made me sit through that whole thing again. And the point about the video not, being jumpy, everybody understands that surveillance video is done in 1 or 2 second bursts, and there's time in between them. That's the way motion operated cameras operate. When the motion stops, usually the camera stops. So that could have been explained very easily up front instead of showing that through the witness in this case. Generally speaking, I don't feel like, well, frankly, I don't think either side has been very respectful of the jury's time, but the defense here was really not very respectful of the jury's time. That's what I have for you today. I hope you found it helpful, interesting, or maybe both. If there's a subject you'd like me to discuss, please feel free to send me an email at the address above. If you like what we do, please feel free to subscribe and come on back to the beach tomorrow. I release videos every weekday, weather and work permitting. If you have the opportunity today, do a kindness for your fellow man. It makes the world a better place, one kind act at a time. And now, YouTube has some suggestions for other videos of mine that you might like.